Hello to myself and everybody else. This is video 98. So far today, I'm still looking at C++ stuff, and so far with the video I'm watching, it's talking about stuff involving C string manipulation. And with this, based on just getting this set up, based with this, we're going to be using something new with this called include C string. And we're going to have to use that to be able to use like what it showed in the video. And I'll just type this in, so I have to keep typing in the other stuff. So far with this, off the bat, it talks about string length, which basically just used to just see how many characters are in a string. So basically with this, we'll start off with just making const char, and then make a variable called say message. And we'll say this is a test, and from here we'll then type in cout strlen. It's a message. And now, basically what this does is we have a message and we put inside of a pointer, in which basically we can just like, do whatever we want with it. And then from here we're just saying the string length, print out how many characters in the message, and that's really it. Go ahead and run it. So we're saying there's 15 characters. So far it will count every character, and it will count the empty space as well, also as characters. And also any symbols you have in there too as characters as well. So this total will just count the letters. It will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 letters, 12 counting the period, and 13, 14, and 15 we count the empty space and everything here. So 15 characters in total. So far there is like a null space like symbol at the very end, but so far again, it really doesn't count in this. So just again, that's not really a thing to worry about too much. Based on string length, it will just count, the message, whatever we put in there, so we can change it again. Just say like, put an S, just run again. Now it says there's 16. Take this out. This is A. It says there's 10. So basically, that's just a way to test. It's just like, not a test, but basically just to see how many like characters are in a string. So again, just something the video showed. So far, the next thing the video was talking about was a way to basically compare two kinds of like words or strings, in which with this, you can basically see which one comes first alphabetically. So with this, we're going to make two of these basically right here, just two messages. So let me just copy this. Let's call this message 1, and this one message 2. And I'll do what the video did. So it did Alabama, and it also used this, but just changed to a B. So Alabama and Bama and blimp is the figure another word. And basically from here we just say cout, and then it will be strcmp, so string compare basically. And from here we'll type in message 1 and message 2, so we'll compare both of these and end out. So we're just going to run it. So far with this, there is something very specific with the output of it, and I'm just going to bring up my notes for this. Basically what it says is, and I'm looking right here, basically if the first word, so this will be message 1, comes first alphabetically, value will be -1. If the second word comes first alphabetically, value is a +1. If both words are the same, value is 0. So right here we see it's a -1, saying the first word alphabetically comes first. So if we switch them around, wait. And now run it. It's a 1. So it's saying the second word comes first. And we make both of them A. We get a 0, saying they're both the same. There is something weird though, because it might be a problem with this compiler. If I do something different, let's say this. Let's see. I think it was this word. So red and rad. Yeah, like it still goes on the positive and negative thing, where if the first word is first, it'll be negative. If the second word is first, it will be a positive. And if they're same, it'll be a 0. But for some reason, with other words, I get different numbers. So like I get a positive 4 saying this word is first. So let me switch letters around. Get a negative 4 saying the first one's first. And if I make both of them the same word, I get a 0. Yeah, it's a weird thing with this. I think this might have something to do with the compiler I'm using. I have no idea. Just with other words, I'll get different numbers, but it still follows the same negative, positive, and 0 thing. So I really do not know. That's just something really just to keep in mind if it's happening to other people. I really have no idea. Just if it's happened to me in the future, again, just basically remember the same thing the note said. Just this right here. First word is first, then it's -1. Second word is first, then it's a 1. If both are the same, it's 0. That's really it. That's all I got from the video. So other than that, I have no idea. So yeah, that's mostly it for that one. So far, the other thing it showed was basically it's just another way to compare words, but this time you're comparing them using like a set amount of letters in a word. So let me do this. Just do int, say n equals, say 3. And we're going to change these words to something else. So let's say AABAA and ABAAA. We're going to change it to that. And basically all we have to do is this. String compare. We just put an N right in the middle of that. So strn cmp. And then at the back of this, put a comma. And then N. This N right here is the one up here. And we're basically saying to compare the number. So this would be basically telling it to compare the first 3 letters in each one of these words and see which one comes first alphabetically. So just run it. So this does the same thing. -1, because saying the first word comes first. If we switch these around, and now run it. To the 1, they're saying the second one comes first, and we'll make them the exact same. It's 0. So basically that and everything too, just comparing the first 3 letters. So for again, we just do this as well. Whoop, man. I made the back letter B. So we just, because they're the same, just made the back letter a B. And run it again. Still 0 because only comparing the first 3 letters of each one, just ignoring everything else afterwards. So that was another thing it taught. Just again, a lot of ways to like just mess around with different strings, stuff like that too. So there's like 2 other things left. So the next one, the next thing talks about so far what's like to find the first occurrence of something you're looking for. So basically, if we're looking for like a letter or something, we can find like whatever the first occurrence of it is. So basically, with this, and I'm basically going to be copying this from my notes and just kind of explain as I go. From this, basically we start off with making first a sentence. Cons care, and then just something like string. It'll say something like is a test. Again, just testing. Something like this. And then from there, we also need to make a character to look specifically for what we're looking for. So let's say we're looking for the letter T. And I think this is case specific too. So with this, I'm saying look specifically for a capital T. But you know what, let me change it. Let me just make it a lowercase t real quick so we can just get all of them that pop up. So be more than just one thing. So basically a target of what we're looking for. Then we have to make basically kind of a copy of the string. So const char, and then we'll just say result equal str. So basically the result here will basically be from this right here. Then we say int iterations equal 0. Again, I'm getting this from my notes that I got from the video I was watching. So again, some of the stuff to me still kind of doesn't make a ton of sense. I can like see what's up a bit, but I'll basically go into it once I type everything out. So basically from here, we'll make like a while statement and everything too, saying while result equal, and this is what we're going to use to basically search for the instance of the character, strchr, and then basically say result, comma, target, and then say not equal null pointer, and we'll just say cout found target starting at results plus plus results and plus plus iterations. And then from here, I'll type in one other thing. Cout iterations. Oh, wait. Alright, so basically with this and everything here, it's mostly a matter of this. I'll see if I can explain it the best I can for myself. Basically, this right here is the sentence we're like looking at that we made up. This variable is basically to find this specific thing we're searching for. So in this, we're looking for T in this sentence. The constant character results equals string. Basically, this will print the results that we find from this. And iteration 0, this basically allows it, like once it finds one letter, it will keep going. It won't just stop. It will just keep finding the other ones after it. And then basically the while statement here and everything, basically saying results equal, and then we're searching results for the target and make sure it's not null since we're using a pointer for it. And they say found target, so whatever we're looking for, which here it's T, starting at results, so it's going to print out wherever we found it in the sentence. And then once we find it, it will go up one and continue through the rest of the thing rather than just like stopping there. So I'll just run it. Yeah, so here, base says found T starting at test, and then it prints everything after it. Found T starting at T, and just like it keeps doing that the whole time. Every time there's a T, it will print that and then everything else after it. So it said it found 5 iterations of T in this sentence. We can change it to an uppercase T. Yeah, so here just found one uppercase T, the one at the very beginning. So found one iteration of it. Again, so far that's something I got from the video and everything. So really, some of the syntax for it, I'm kind of just copying and stuff like that, tuning all a bit. I would have to like do more experimentation with this to fully really understand this, or to be able to manipulate it a bit more and do other things with it. But at least I know this is a thing, and I have on video an example of how this works. So if I need to copy it again or refer back this as a reference, so that's a pretty good thing. And so far the last thing is basically a way to find the last instance of a character. So I'm going to erase this. And again, I'm still looking at my notes and stuff for this too, because these last two are kind of like weirder to type out. But basically with this and everything too, just we do this real quick. First, we're going to just make a character. So just, again, using the syntax from the example I got here. And from there, then we make another character, make this one a pointer. Output equal CR, CHR. So this one check for the last character. Input, comma, put a single quote, slash. So basically we're looking for the last instance of this symbol right here. So look for the last instance of that symbol. And then we'll say if output, then cout output plus 1 and L. So basically the main thing I got from this and everything too is that like from this, basically the character input, this is what we made up. So just, you know, like a link to a file or something like that. And basically here we make a character pointer, call it whatever we want. We call this an output. And we basically say search input for the last instance of this character right here. And we're saying if output, then basically just find the instance of the last symbol and then print everything after that as well. So I'm going to run it. So this is not printing correct. Give me a second. Okay, I found a problem. So far it's STRR. I put STR. So if I get rid of one R, just to make sure, it prints out the whole thing. If I put an extra R, then it prints it out right. So yeah, I just messed up there. I accidentally took out one R. So basically STRR, CHR. So with that and everything and stuff as well, it looks for the last instance of the symbol we searched for here, and then printed out everything after it, so we can know what file it was looking for. This is something we can use that for as well. It's pretty useful and everything. So that was really like the whole thing and stuff there too, with like string manipulation. Again, a lot of stuff seems useful for that and everything as well. There was one thing I had questions about too when I was like doing this, but I'll probably cover that in the next video. Basically, it's like in this one, it used a lot of pointers and strings, and then like it used like some string literals, and I was wondering what the difference between those two were. So I just been like messing around with those two, and I think I might have figured it out, but I'll go over that in like another video so I can have that as a separate reference for myself if I need that in the future. So yeah, so mostly that's it and stuff for this one and everything too. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.